Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Crystal Vilkaitis, the Wolf of Main Street, and this is Rooted in Retail. Welcome to this special bonus episode where I am talking all about IndERA, the Independent Retailers Association. If you are an independent retailer who is looking to build your business, to grow traffic, grow visibility, save more time, grow your confidence, and be a part of an incredible network of retailers who get it, then listen up, because that's exactly what we do here at IndERA. And I'm really excited to share more with you. Now, here's the deal. Retail is hard. We all know this. I do not need to tell my listeners that retail is hard. You are battling with so many things as far as trying to drive traffic into your store or online. There's team issues that we sometimes are experiencing, or we don't have the right people, or we can't keep people. And so that becomes very stressful. Time management is always a struggle when it comes to retailers that we've worked with, really just finding the time to get to it all, feeling this constant overwhelm. There's tension sometimes in the store. There can be burnout. And because you're just running a million miles a minute and wearing a million different hats, and you're on this, I recently described it as we're on this like roller coaster where it's like we're a rag doll on the roller coaster, just getting whiplashed around. And we don't know if this thing's going up, down, sideways, upside down. Like we're just on the retail ride. And sometimes that ride is super fun, but sometimes it can be hard. And speaking of being hard, it's hard to keep up with technology as far as what are the algorithms doing today, and do I need to care about the algorithms? Do I need to care about my followers anymore? I mean, in today's world right now with social media, it's almost as if followers don't even matter anymore. So we do need to pay attention to these algorithms, but that feels really hard to keep up with. Our technology, when it comes to our POS system that we're using, often we don't love our POS. Often that can be such a big pain point, or we're not getting the right data from it. AI is moving incredibly fast and is just making our worlds move really at lightning speed. So keeping up to date, leveraging those tools, technology can be a struggle. And then keeping up to date with the trends for your specific industry, for consumer behavior trends, for marketing trends, technology trends, retail as a whole. It's a lot to keep up with. Plus, you're battling some competition, depending on where you're located, if you sell online or not. It could be big box, it could be another independent, it could be online. There is just a lot of competition that our retailers face. And then current events. And, the wild card right now that we're working with is tariffs. And there's so much uncertainty. There was a lot of uncertainty when we were going through the pandemic. And that was our current event. And navigating post-pandemic, getting back to the new normal, all of these things, retailers are really just on navigating these waters and on this retail ride, and it can be hard. And it also can be a really incredible journey. Don't get me wrong. I know that there are so many perks about being a store. You're so involved in your community. You love your customers. You get to bring in items that you love, artists that you love, inspire your team and people in your lives. You are a small business owner who is just going after your dreams and making a difference in your world and in your communities. And so there's such great things as it comes to retail, but there's also a lot of challenges. And all of those challenges, your traffic and team, time management, the burnout, the technology, keeping up with everything, the trends, competition, and current events is exactly why we started IndERA, why the Independent Retailers Association was created. I have worked with independent retailers since 2010, exclusively in the retail world. And back in 2010, I started from a social media perspective. I was teaching social media to independent retailers all over the country. And when I started my business a couple of years later in 2012, I just still stayed in social media and just kept helping in that format because that industry changes and it's really hard to keep up with. So after all this decade plus of me going around the country and teaching social media to retailers and going around the world, I've been on over 100 stages, worked with thousands of retailers. And as I'm having these conversations of the challenges they're having that we just discussed, I'm continuously looking at ways that I can help support our independent retailers and how my team can support you guys. And it needed to be more than social media. You could be really great at social and it could be driving traffic in, but if the in-store experience isn't good, then that person's never going to come back. And it doesn't really matter if you're good at social media or not, you will not make it. Your business will not survive. You need more than just social media training. You need to be, number one, profitable. Because if you are not profitable, you will not stay sustained. You just won't unless, you've got a bunch of money or somebody's funding this and it's more of a hobby for you. But for the majority of my podcast listeners, this is not a hobby. This is a serious business for you. You want to grow. So you need to be profitable. You have to have systems in place that your team and you are working to keep you all on the same page. So we're operating really efficiently and effectively. We're building a strong business within the community that is resilient, because that is a big part, a big goal of ours here at the Independent Retailers Association, is to build resilient retailers. And so these pieces, the systems, the profitability, the right team, the technology, these things you need in addition to the marketing and social media help. Also, having a community. And if you're watching the video episode of this, I have a picture on the screen that was taken at the first IndERA members meetup, because we do in-person meetups throughout the year at different locations. This one was in Denver, Colorado. And we have an incredible community of heart-driven retailers who are passionate, who have great energy. And we have amazing retail pros as well. And in this picture, there's some of our retail pros are with us, as well as the members. And it's a community that gets retail, because sometimes when we're doing retail, when we're doing our small businesses, we can feel so incredibly alone. And that's another reason why the Independent Retailers Association was created, to support you. And so I just always want to make sure that our retailers are, number one, evolving, because you have to. The world is changing fast. The consumers are changing. The technology is changing. We need to make sure the trends are changing. We need to make sure that we're keeping up with these changes, because if you don't, you will be left behind. And I really feel like now more than ever, we are left behind faster, because things are moving so fast. So you have to be agile. You have to be evolving. But I want to make sure that you are evolving in the ways that truly matter, versus spinning your wheels or spending so much time that's actually setting you back, or spending you so much time on things that you don't need to spend time on. Like, let's get off the hamster wheel of running a small business in a retail store and really evolve in ways that truly matter to our business. Like I mentioned, let's start with profitability, and systems and marketing is a part of that equation as well. Now, on the screen, I have a picture of a couple of retailers and myself. I moderated a panel in October of 2024. And on that panel, I was asking the retailers, what do you need from vendors and manufacturers and rep groups to be successful? And of course, I was asking for myself as well, since we work with retailers. And Beth Rich, who's on the far right, she owns 2 stores in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. And she said, make me money, save me time. I look at everything through that filter. And I think that as an independent retailer listening to this podcast, you should look through that filter as well. What kinds of things can make you money, save you time? And if you haven't gone through this exercise in your business and analyzed all of your spending and where you are with your systems and your team, then this could be a really good time to do it. But this is such a good filter for you to look through as a small business owner. And I took Beth saying that, and all of a sudden Beth was just constantly in my head. And I'm like, I want to design my business through that framework, through that lens of the retailer. We're saving them time, saving them money, making them money. It's got to be simple, and it's got to be those 3 things. And like I mentioned, it's our mission to create a resilient retailer, because when I can help you save money, save time, and make money, and then put these systems in place for you and make you more profitable, you will be a resilient retailer. Resiliency is somebody that not only survives a pandemic, tariffs, construction in front of our store, big box moving in, higher competition, e-com, whatever the flavor of the month is in retail, you're still succeeding. You're not just like barely making it through and barely breaking even. You're succeeding. And you know what levers to pull, and you know how you might need to adapt and pivot that makes sense for you and your customers in your store. You are resilient. And so that is our mission here at the Independent Retailers Association, which we call IndERA. And IndERA stands for Independent Era because it is the independent era of retail. I think independents have the most opportunity in the retail space, in my opinion. And at the Independent Retailers Association, this is where modern retailers belong. We unite modern independent retailers who are done doing things the old way, who are ready to build smarter, stronger, and together. This is about really focusing on, you've heard it a lot. Let's work smarter, not harder. We want to focus on what's going to make sense and turn the needle for our business to really support us in becoming strong retailers and doing so together. So at IndERA, the Independent Retailers Association, we will grow your store. And I'm going to share what's inside of our membership so you can get an idea if this is something that could support you and where you are with your store. The majority of what I'm going to talk about in this episode is about our Pro membership. We have two different levels to support you. We have Core and we have Pro. Pro includes everything. It's the best value for your time and money spent. There's not a lot of time spent in this, but some is required in order for you to see the benefits. But a majority of what I'm talking about here is Pro level. But you can go to joinindera.com and learn more about the two different levels, Core and Pro. So how we grow your store is we grow your profits. One of the very first things that you do as an IndERA member is you go through the Small Business Flight Plan training course. This is a quick course for you to digest. It comes with incredible worksheets to really help keep you organized by creating a strong business. It's fundamental to the success of a small business. Through that course, it will grow your profits. There's a whole category attached to profits. But when we are making more money through our marketing, which we talk about in this course, and we have strong leadership, which we talk about, and we have sales funnels in place, which we talk about, and strong sales copy, and then we're actually doing the right things with our bank accounts from a money perspective and profitability perspective, then we are more resilient. We're making more money. This course is co-taught by me and Donald Miller, and I'll talk more about that in a little bit. But Donald Miller is awesome if you know him. He's one of the most brilliant minds when it comes to small businesses. IndERA will grow your loyalty. It's going to increase loyalty of more customers coming into your store because the second thing that we have you do as an IndERA Pro member is you're going to go through the Unreasonable Hospitality training course. This is a breeze. This framework is so simple, but so powerful to get more people coming back to your store time and time again. Retailers are loving going through this course. They're getting their teams involved. Teams are loving it. They're brainstorming ways to really elevate the customer experience to grow loyalty. And as an independent retailer, you need to be thinking about how am I growing profits and how am I getting customers to keep coming back? Because a recent stat showed that 27% of customers that visit a retail store come back a second time. That means that 73% do not. And we need to target those 73% to get them to come back to our store. That course will teach you how. It's co-taught by Will Guidara, the #1 best-selling author of Unreasonable Hospitality, and I'll share more about that in a little bit too. We will grow your footprint, your digital footprint, and your digital online presence. As a local retailer, as a brick and mortar retailer, you have 60 plus listings about your store, and it has things like your address, name, phone number, and that's the bare minimum. But there are so many other things that you can have in your listing, like the brands you sell, the categories you sell. If there's any consumer known brands, those need to be in your listings. People are searching for those in all ways, on AI, in voice search, on Google. And if you don't have those things in your listings, you don't exist. So we make sure that you are optimized. We have new photos that we add to your listings every month. So it shows, hey, we're fresh. We've got new inventory. We've got new merchandise. None of this like old photos, these dark old photos from 20 years ago. And that's the only photos that people see when they Google your stores, a couple of old photos. And they're like, is this store even open anymore? Like, no, we're bringing today's world, physical world to the virtual world so people can peek inside your store, understand what you sell, and you come up in those search results looking way better than your competition. So we grow your footprint and your presence through being an IndERA Pro member. We do that through what's called Get Listed, and Get Listed is available to our Pro members. We also grow your retail knowledge. So we've got a lot of training from retail pros. Every other week, we do a live call where you can ask a different retail pro a question. We've brought on an email and text marketing pro. We've brought on a YouTube pro. We've brought on a visual merchandising pro, Google AdWord SEO website pro. These are just some of the pros that you have access to. You can watch replays, but then if you can go live, imagine asking retail pros or pros in their industry. Like imagine asking a visual merchandising expert who used to work at Anthropologie tips for your store. Or imagine asking a Google AdWord expert, the specific challenges you're having with your ads and why they're not converting. This fast tracks. Often we want to hire a consultant and get that help. Or like, I wish somebody would just like talk to me for an hour and I don't even know who to turn to. Turn to our retail pros. Go to these calls every other week. I'm in there as well. So if you want to spend some time talking to me about your marketing, about AI, about time management, if you need some mindset help, like I got you. So attend these. Again, you can always go to the replays and you can pre-submit questions. So if you can't make the live call, we'll still answer your questions. So you get that retail knowledge. You also get an increase in the time that's available to you because in that Donald Miller Small Business Flight Plan course, I teach you the 5 meetings that you should be having. You don't even need to go to all 5 of those, but I teach you structures and systems to have within your store that will free up your time. Also, with Get Listed, you don't have to manage all of your local listings. Google, Yahoo, Bing, Apple, MapQuest, you're not managing all of those things. We do it for you. And this is important to have those managed because if there is wrong information, it damages the customer experience. They may never come into your store, or if they did and you had wrong hours, they're mad. So we want to make sure we have all the right information. We do that for you, saving you time. We also have social media kits for you that come out every month. And these are best practices, what's working now, some templates for you to use, content ideas, holiday ideas. It's filled with kind of a jumpstart for you to plan your social media, either you or somebody on your team. Also, we teach you AI, and AI is going to save you a lot of time, but we retailify it. It's all about how an independent retailer should be using AI. This is going to free up your time. You'll also grow with confidence. Grow your confidence as you are marketing your store, as you're leveraging technology and AI, as you're navigating the different aspects of your store by being supported by our retail pros and being supported by the community. The community, I'm in there, my team is in there, other retailers are in there to support you when you have questions. You need maybe a little bit of a boost. You need to know where to find something. You want to exchange ideas. We've got you. But through this education, when you see results is when you start building that confidence. So it's really about building the capabilities. Once we have the capabilities through the education and support that's inside of IndERA, you then build the confidence because you've seen the results. We also grow your network. Like I said, this is a community of other retailers on our IndERA platform. It's like a social media platform. You don't actually add friends, but you can search for people and you can message them on the platform. You can also search by location and see what retailers are in your area if you wanted to do your own meetup or have an accountability partner or go check out each other's stores. So it's its own social media platform. You can also have different conversations in the different chat spaces that we have. We intentionally took this off of Meta. When you go to Meta, like Facebook, and you're in a Facebook group, let's say, I'm sure you're in one of those groups where there is just so much going on Facebook that you go over there and you see a post, but now you're distracted by something else. And now you're like, wait, why was I even coming here in the first place? When you go over to IndERA on our social network, it's very strategic. That time is spent on your business versus getting lost in the distracting news feed and algorithm. So you grow your network through us. And we participated in an event recently. And we asked, it's called the Retail Success Summit. Bob and Susan Nagin put this on. It was my 13th year being there as a speaker. And we were also a sponsor. And it was a virtual event and we had a chat section in there. And on my screen, I have a picture of the chat, but I'll read it to anybody listening. But Callie, who's on my team and who's a community manager within IndERA, she asked this woman who was in the chat, what are you hoping to get out of the Retail Success Summit? And she said to see if there's a way I can stop operating from overwhelm and actually create some margin and processes for me personally so we can do better business. How many of you can relate to that? You're like, amen, sister. I would like to do that as well. Let's create some better margins. Let's be a better business owner. I think a lot of us can relate to this woman. I'm not sharing her name to give her privacy. I guess I could give her first name. Her first name's Donna. So then Donna goes on to say, my strengths are connecting with people, I think, and just really want to get better, grow the business, and hopefully create a legacy we can leave to our kids or sell that it remains a part of our community after we retire. And so for those of you who are similar to Donna and you want to build the legacy, you want to be a better business owner, you want to have better margins, it's exactly what we give you at IndERA. When I read this, I was like, yes, she's so in the right place to be chatting with us here at this virtual event because we check those boxes. That's exactly what we provide as an IndERA member. So a big part of your membership is the word access, because you're getting access to so much as an independent retailer in one platform. Like I mentioned, you're getting access to business experts. Donald Miller, the author of Story Brand, and like I said, one of the most brilliant marketing minds when it comes to, well, not just marketing, just small business in general, of building a profitable small business. This course, Donald and I teach, it's video-based. It's got awesome worksheets to help support you through the training. And like I said, this will grow your profit. The 6 areas we cover is leadership, marketing, sales, your products, management and operations, and cash flow. These 6 pillars are foundational to the success of a small business. And if you do not have the right things in these 6 parts of the airplane, your airplane will crash. And here's the deal. Most small business owners didn't go to a small business school and learn all of these things. That's the thing is maybe you did go to business school. I went to business school. I specialized in marketing, but I wasn't taught all the things that I learned as a small business owner. Really, you learn those things by doing. And so if you haven't gone through some of these challenges yet, or you haven't learned the right way to do certain things, the systems you should have, the meetings you should have, how you're pricing your products, the marketing copy, how you should show up as a leader, how you should set up your bank accounts. Like if you just haven't been taught those things, then that's no harm on you. It's no fault to you, but it can be harming the business. And so this framework is here to support you. Just imagine, like I almost think of IndERA as a college class, like you would go in for a couple of months and you would go to your retail mastering retail business school. And you sit down and you learn all these aspects that you have available as an IndERA member. The flight plan is just one of them. But then the unreasonable hospitality course that we have is another one. All the retail pros is another one. The AEI training is another one. Giving you social media tips, best practices, and kits to jumpstart every month is education plus done for you. Imagine if there was a school like that. Would you go? Would you invest in yourself and go to that to build yourself into being a better business owner and a better retailer? That's exactly what you have access to as an IndERA member, but it's all online. And the tuition is way cheaper than you would find at a college class, or it could be comparable to community college. Now, this is a quote from Betsy. She said, she's one of our members. She owns a wedding boutique. And she said, are you kidding? I'm super excited about the Donald Miller course. The IndERA is amazing. Thank you, Crystal and team. Betsy's often in there chatting and sharing her experiences and doing the work and just building a really awesome store. On the screen, I've got a screenshot of the Will Guidara course that we do. If you haven't read the book Unreasonable Hospitality, I highly recommend it. He took Will Guidara built the #1 best restaurant in the world, voted #1. like think about all the restaurants, hundreds of thousands of restaurants in the world. Will brought 11 Madison Park to number one. And through that, he shares his experience in the book, but then he also created a framework to teach other businesses to do what he did at 11 Madison Park at his number one in the world restaurant. Well, I got certified in that training and I teach it to our retailers. So you get that framework. It will increase your loyalty. It will make your store more memorable. And it's a really fun course to go through with your team as well. So again, it's like the retail masterclass learning from these pros. You get that access. You get access to the retail pros. I mentioned some of those pros that we brought in. We changed the topics. We also bring in retailers that are pros. Talking about, having a leasing pro in there, talking about rents and renegotiating if you're expanding multiple locations, doing pop-ups, things like that, all sorts of different topics. They change and are bi-weekly. Then you'll get access to the technology, that service Get Listed that I talked about, where we manage your 60 plus local listings. That same technology that we use is used by big boxes. Bank of America, Chick-fil-A, they use that exact same technology. They have somebody and maybe even a team operating that technology. You don't have to hire another employee. You don't have to spend time on it. And you don't have to learn the technology and software that we use. We do it all for you. So as a pro member, you get not only the education and access to these pros, you get done for you services too. So imagine going to a college class and you're getting education, but you're also getting some of the homework done for you, or you're also getting these like things that market your business done for you included in your tuition. That's exactly what you get as an IndERA member. Then you get access to each other. I mentioned that we do in-person meetups. These vary throughout the year. Denver, Atlanta, those are some of the locations. They change depending on what's going on. But you also have access to each other online. And so if you're struggling, if you have a win to share and you're like, I don't know where to share this, I don't have anybody I can really share this with, or nobody would ever in my circle understand what I'm going through, please help. I have this issue. This is a safe space of people who get it. They are dealing with the exact same things that you are. Lately, because tariffs are such a hot topic, we've had a lot of posts about tariffs, and I've been posting a lot of resources to help our retailers in there. So that way you don't have to feel so alone. You don't have to go do a ton of research and figure out what you need to be doing. We've got you inside of IndERA. So you get that in person if you're available, but you have that online access as well. So what the retailer gets when they become a member is you get more local customers finding your store because we're managing through Get Listed. We also give you 15-mile famous training. I think it's really important for local retailers to think about their store as being 15-mile famous. Be a local legend. What if everybody in a 15-mile radius knew your business, loved your store, and talked about you? It would probably build your business. We teach that inside of IndERA as well. You get bi-weekly strategy calls with top retail experts. This is your shortcut, saving you time and building your retail knowledge. You get customer experience training that sets you apart. You get a proven path to grow your revenue and be more profitable. You get plug and play social media content every single month. You get time-saving tools that remove the digital stress and overwhelm. We make it very simple. We've had a lot of comments in the platform actually of like how much they love the format and the way that we teach. You get confidence that you're on the right track, a high-level peer group that actually gets it and gets retail. And you're getting over $10,000 in tools, courses, and support. It's the retail school that with done for you that's really here to support you. So how IndERA is different from other retail groups or even retail mastermind, or not even retail masterminds, but like masterminds, business masterminds, there's strategic coach and Vistage and all sorts of things. So first, you get that access to the retail pros and to the retailers, the successful retailers, to each other, to me, to my team. I have an ads agency. The ads managers are in there answering questions about Facebook and Instagram ads. Like you get access. You get retail voices. Like I said, you're hearing from other retailers, successful retailers in the community, as well as on our calls. You're getting done for you services with Get Listed and the social media kits. You're getting innovative resources through our AI training, the tools that we vet for you, the prompts that we give you as IndERA members. You get straight to the point education. I know you're busy, so we get right to it on our calls and in our video training and make it as quick as it can be. And social platform for retailers without the algorithms and the distractions. Just real connection and easy to use. There's also a mobile app so you could take it on the go, just making it very easy to access your membership. Here's a picture of some of our members. You can add your profile picture, your location, talk more about your store. And like I said, there's some radius that you can search by from a location perspective that's being rolled out as we speak, and connect with each other, DM, and just really support each other. This is also a post example. I know you can relate to this post. So Kirsten said, lately, my feed is full of other businesses, and every day I'm getting new business pages following mine. That's nice and all, but I'd really love for potential customers to be the ones seeing my posts. Also, I'm not getting notifications when someone comments on my posts or during my lives, which is frustrating. Is this happening to anyone else? And more importantly, does anyone know how to fix it? Okay, so first of all, are you dealing with this? Because I definitely am. Meta, Facebook is changing a lot. Their algorithm's changing a lot. But I bring this up because have you ever had those times where you're like, am I the only one that's dealing with this? Or how the heck do I fix this? I know that it should not be this way. That's this type of stuff that you go into IndERA and you ask the community in the different feeds. So, we've got AI that will summarize the whole conversation for you if you need bite size on what the answer is. But then you can also go through everybody's comments. And I just love Mike, who's on our team. He talked about some tips that she could focus on. Betsy's like, same on both fronts. That's happening to me also. I found that engaging with customers when they do follow is helping more customers find me. So Betsy's giving some tips to Kirsten. Callie's also giving tips on going live. So you're getting support. On my screen, I'm also showing Andrea posted new front window display and posted pictures of her displays, which is so fun to share. What does your window look like? What do your in-store displays look like? And she says, after the call with Michelle and Crystal, I was inspired to redo my front window with some fun. And here's some pictures. We did a call with Michelle Sherrier, who used to be the merchandiser at Anthropologie. She shared, it was a very visual presentation and did Q&A. And so it was so inspiring that day, Andrea took action and posted pictures. So that's some of the examples of the community aspect, our feed, the type of content that you see. If you're wondering, do I have time for another thing? I'm in a membership already. I'm in a mastermind already. I bought a course on something already. Trust me, I know that feeling. I've been in a lot of different groups, and I've also been in a lot of different groups at the same time. And then you buy some of these courses and it just sits like in your email and you never access. And then you start feeling like kind of regret or mad at yourself, like, I bought that and I didn't use it. I just don't know how to find the time. And we just feel kind of frustrated. The thing is with IndERA, I know that because I'm a user of these different memberships and masterminds. So I built this to save you a lot of time, be very user friendly, and give you the information to build your business. Of course, you're going to have to spend a little bit of time going through some of the content or asking your questions or getting that support, but Get Listed's completely hands off for you. This is really designed specifically to give you time, because through AI training, through Get Listed, through the systems you're going to set up in small business flight plan, gives you time back. You get clarity, so no more confusion, no more stealing that mental capacity that you have. We can use that mental capacity to work with our customers and make them happy and buy merch and train our teams, do the things that you love. And it gives you shortcuts. It's not about taking more time away. And here's the deal. If you're like, I don't want to join another community, I just don't have time to network with people right now or help people with their problems. And I need to just address that because I know what it's like when you join memberships and you're like, I just don't have time to participate in the community side of it. That's okay. You don't have to. You don't have to allow people to message you on the platform. You don't have to fill out your profile. You could just use it for Get Listed. Honestly, Get Listed on its own is worth the entire price of membership. You could just use If or Get Listed for us to manage your local listings and grow your digital footprint and presence and not use anything else. Or you could go through the couple of courses to get the fundamentals down to start being more profitable and grow your loyalty and use Get Listed. You could use the social media kits. That's all done for you. You don't have to use the community aspect, but if you do feel alone, you need a place to get answers, you want to share wins, you want to share displays, then you could totally participate there too. Andrea with Apple Yarns, on one of our calls, we actually pulled up her website and did a website audit of her new site. Like, that's how hands-on these Q&A calls are. She said, I took 3 pages of notes of to-dos. My husband, then we talk about something else with games, but we have a lot of personality in here too. And she's just saying, like, wow, what a winning combination by talking to Vi and Crystal and going through my website. Linda said, wow, I can't wait to dig into the task feature and start using it. Great info. I love the format, content level, and pace of training. Thanks, Crystal. The task feature is an AI video that I did that ChatGPT released. And if you're not using the task feature on ChatGPT, then you are missing out. It could save you a lot of time, create efficiencies within your store. And I teach all about it in IndERA. So at the end of my podcast, as you know, if you are a frequent listener, I ask, what's the future of independent retail look like? I ask every single guest. And if you were to ask me that question, but change the question to what's the future of retail look like? Not even independent retail. Let's scale out and look at retail as a whole, as an industry. My answer would be, it is the independent era. It is all about independent retailers. You have a massive opportunity right now, and it is yours for the taking. It's a matter of you just rising up and getting the right kind of information and access and technology that makes sense for you and your store so you can really build a resilient business. But I just feel so strongly that the future is you. It's independent retailers. It's your time to shine. We are in the independent era. It's a lot harder for a big box to change course, for them to pivot, for them to evolve. And like I said earlier, you have to evolve, you have to be agile, you have to adapt, but do so in ways that make sense for your store, in meaningful ways that does build profit and loyalty and a good culture, team camaraderie, connection with your community. All of these things we help you do inside of IndERA, all while saving time and resources. So why should you join IndERA? To save time and sanity. No more doing it all alone. You get plug and play marketing, expert support, and tools that makes your job easier. You should join to stay relevant. It's a fast moving pace. Retail is especially evolving so fast. IndERA keeps you ahead with future focused strategies and AI powered innovation, which really sets you above your competitors. And you should join because you could grow with people who get you. You're not just running a store, you're building a legacy, surrounding yourself with a community that lifts you up, shares what works, and helps you go further. So if you want to save time, stay relevant, grow your business, be more profitable, set these systems in place, and just feel really confident about your store and be a part of an amazing community, then you should join us inside of IndERA. You can learn more at joinindera.com, and that's IndERA, joinindera.com. Before I sign off here, I have a picture on the screen, an AI-generated retail picture where she's very happy standing in her store. She looks very happy, confident. And this is my wish for all of our independent retailers inside of IndERA. When you join, I hope that I just kind of want you to close your eyes as I talk about this. If you're driving, keep those eyes open, but just, visualize with me here. Let's say you join IndERA and in 6 months from now, you feel like, how did I do my store before? I have way better systems now. My team's rowing in the right direction. I have good people on the team. I feel really confident with our structure, with my pricing, with the products we sell, with my offerings, with my copy. I just feel really confident. And man, we've implemented some really cool ways to connect further with our customers that's memorable, that's getting them to talk about us, that's getting new people in, that's getting them to come back. We're building lifelong customers through the work we've done within IndERA. And we're showing up so much more online. We don't have our wrong hours. We have less people who are upset that we have the wrong information. Traffic is up because more people are finding us. And I'm saving time because I'm leveraging AI in the right ways for my store. And I'm feeling really confident in it. And man, I love going to these bi-weekly calls with the retail pros because I get to tap into my network, see my friends, and learn from really smart people who are just paving the way for me and creating shortcuts for my success in my store. These are the things, in addition to like my social media is easier to get done because I'm leveraging these kits. And anytime I feel stuck, I got my community of people and I get to share my store online. And I just love being a part of this community. Those things, that vision is what I hope for you. Those are the tools. These are the things that we are really helping retailers achieve. And we would just be so honored for you to be a part of our community. So like I said, you should join us. You can go to joinindera.com. If you're watching this video, you see the web address there. You could also scan the QR code. This is the Independent Retailers Association. It is the independent era. We hope that you join IndERA and be a part of our community. A lot of the benefits I talked about today, as a reminder, was that our pro level, and you can become a pro member for $250 a month or for $2,500 for an entire year. So you get 2 months for free if you join as a yearly member, but you could always break these into the monthly payments of $250 a month. That includes all the education, the done for you services like Get Listed and the social media kits, all the AI training, the community, the bi-weekly calls with our pros. It includes everything for just $250 a month or $2,500 for the entire year. If that is out of your budget, then you can still go to joinindera.com and we have a core membership. Core is going to be a little bit scaled back. Core is going to still give you the community where you can network. It's going to give you the AI training. It's going to give you the social media kits, and you're going to get a real high level newsletter that's sent every Thursday about what's going on in the community. And that's just $25 a month. So if you even want to just dip your toe in, be a part of the community, get the AI training, get the social media kits, then you can join for $25 a month, or that's $250 for an entire year. You would get 2 months for free if you paid for the year up front. So learn more about what's inside in the packages at joinindera.com. But we would really love to see you inside. And we're just really excited for this next new chapter of retail and having it be the independent era. As always, I'm rooting for your success. Thanks for listening. Bye. Thank you so much for listening to the Rooted in Retail podcast. It means the world to me to have you here. If you find value in this show and you listen on an iPhone, if you could leave a review on the Apple Podcast app, that would be amazing. And if you watch YouTube, if you're a YouTube subscriber, we film this. And so if you rather watch the show, you can also do that over on YouTube. Again, thank you for listening, and I'll see you on the next episode.